Former President Trump is looking to expand on his immigration crackdown if he is elected for a second term. The New York Times first reporting on his plans for 2025 after speaking with several advisors. Here's what the former president has in mind for a second term: a Muslim immigration ban, reimposing a health policy to block asylum claims, mass deportations, huge detention camps, birthright citizenship crackdown, and expanding ideological screenings. The headline in the New York Times was the following: sweeping raids, giant camps, and mass deportations. Donald Trump Jr. responded by saying, "They say it's like a bad thing." You know the former president's immigration policy. What do you think it looks like in a second term if he's elected? Is it that?
I don't think there's any public statement he makes that isn't a negotiation. And I think he recognizes that there's a lot of attention on Biden's failed border policies. So he puts something out there like that the media then will cover. I don't think there's any doubt as well that he did a better job of securing the border during his 4 years as president. And so, but those policies largely were the Remain in Mexico policy. It was not the mass deportations. It was not birthright citizenship. But I think he knows by putting this out there, it draws more attention to the failure of the current administration on this issue.
And it's those are the arguments that used to make it quiet in the background when you were talking to us, right? Just like that. Gave me grief for it. There it is.
You're still on talking points. But no, this is red meat. And if you go and look at any top issues for the presidential candidates right now, it's crime, border, and the economy.
Denise? Sorry. Denise and then Scott. Go. Denise.
To Ashley's issue, to Ashley's point, I mean, Republicans have an 18% advantage on this issue, and it's no longer just a border issue where people are upset who are actually being affected, because now every state, every single city that's major that they're sending migrants to has become a border city or county or state. And so I think that it's really, first of all, I've never ever seen anything that Trump has said recently that doesn't sound like 2016 or 2020. And so it shouldn't be that much of a surprise, though I love it when the New York Times feigns shock. But it does really speak to the weakness of Democrats on this issue. And you know when Donald Trump finds a weakness, he's like a shark with blood, just that one drop, he's going to go after it. In this case, it's just a bucket full of blood, and he's going for the guttural.
But it's not a weakness. Donald Trump's presentation of what he's proposing in that report is all
ask
illegal.
The voters, Scott.
It's been struck down. It's been struck down by the courts, including the Supreme Court.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to him. So the Democrats, I'd rather be on the right side of the law than do illegal things to close the border. And by the way, are those policies going to be across the board for all immigration? Or are we just talking about black and brown people
like
coming
he says, it's a starting point of a negotiation.
But Scott, you're being rational.
Yeah.
Do you really think people that are voting in these early states are going to sit down and be like, you know what, this isn't legal?
No, they vote for Trump because they like Trump, but this is really illegal, bad stuff, guys.
All right. Well,
none of us on this panel could agree that if he implemented that he wouldn't be taking on a dictator role.
It's all stuff he said before. It's all stuff.
That doesn't make it right.
Ban before.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that people don't.
By the way,
I want to know the northern border too.
There's more
people that don't look like me.
There's more Trump to talk about, and in your wheelhouse.
There you go.
Because the former president and his lawyers now want to make his court case more transparent.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, sign already. Are cameras going to be allowed into the courtroom? And speaking of court, by the way, they did it. Congratulations. But what did they actually do? The Supreme Court now finally laying out a code of ethics. So what are the guardrails that the highest court in the land just put on itself? Will the lifestyles of the rich and famous continue? That's when The Hill on NewsNation returns. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.